people watch this and they are immediately grabbed by how strong the story is, and by the end, they're helpless.
The show has fantastic music in it, really great performances in the show. It's a beautiful, beautiful presentation. Because of how brilliant it is, that it appeals to both adults and to children.
Song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast.
The girls buy the tickets, but the guys love it because it's funny and there's beautiful women in it, and I just think the guys are surprised, actually.
Look there, he goes, isn't he dreamy? Monsieur Gaston, oh, he's so cute!
They are one of the most talented group of actors and dancers and singers that I've ever had the pleasure of working with.
And here we are back again, and it is my pleasure to introduce, well, first of all, right next to me is Michael Whitney, and he is the dance captain. You do, well, you know, the newspaper said he's a triple threat. So, and that doesn't mean he carries any, you're not packing or anything.
No, not right now.
He's a singer, a dancer, and actor. You do it all, right?
I try to, yeah.
You try to. Well, you must do okay.
I do okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And next to Michael, we have Julia Louise
Hosack.
Hosack, and she plays Mrs. Potts in. Which is really a cool part.
Yes, it's
Was
wonderful.
that the Angela Lansbury part?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful part. Wonderful. And then next to her, we have Brett Gregory. And Brett is in the pit orchestra, and he tells us that he plays a number of instruments. Although he likes the sax, he doesn't play it in this one. But anyway. Now, the exciting part about these guests is that two of them, this sounds like a quiz game, doesn't it? Two of them are from Niskayuna. Now, someone told me, they said, oh, they're local people. And I go, no, everybody that's in a major show is from somewhere. And aren't we lucky to have two from Niskayuna? Now, you went to school, but you decided you wanted to get into showbiz.
Yeah, I graduated Niskayuna High School in 2009,
Yeah.
and then my senior year, I went to the NISTY intern program.
A great program.
Which was wonderful.
Well, it was a program.
It was, and it's a shame that that's gone.
Yeah.
But after that, I went to the American Musical Dramatic Academy in New York City, and I stayed there for about 2 semesters, and I just needed to get out.
Your feet were itching.
Yeah, I was ready to go, and I moved into this 1-bedroom apartment with my friend in Queens, and about 2 weeks later, I booked this job. And
Aren't you,
yeah.
wasn't that, I mean, that was miraculous,
it was
wasn't it?
lucky. It was lucky.
Well, you must have had something behind you.
Well, it all fell.
That is actually a very quick time to get a show.
Yeah,
so
very
that's
lucky.
amazing.
And Julia, how long have you been with the show?
2 years and a couple months. I started January
Really?
4th of 2010.
So this is a long-running tour.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just had my 795th show.
Wow. That's
But
great.
who's counting?
Who's counting? And I mean, is it like you get on stage and it's just like automatic? You just kind of start and you're done, and you say, "Oh, well, that was another show." Or what?
No, actually, the audiences every night change the show up
Yeah,
for me.
they do.
You see the little girls, I can see them, on the edge of their chairs just watching. They're just fully enthralled with the show.
And this brings up a really good point, that if you go to the theater, first of all, put away your electronic stuff.
Yes. I can't tell you.
Because the actors can see this.
Yeah.
It's true.
And it's very distracting, so don't do that. So that's number one. But also participate with the show.
Yeah.
Applaud,
Of course, laugh with us.
Exactly. Now you're in the pit, so do you get to do you get to see anything?
Sometimes, but usually where I'm sitting, my back is to the stage. But a couple weeks ago, we were in some theaters where we were right there in the action, and it was fun seeing everyone on stage.
Yeah, because when they call it pit, you're really in the pit.
We're in the pit.
Yeah, so you don't get to see much. But I do see, when I use my binoculars, I see you got little screens there. Are you watching the stage?
We're watching the conductor a lot
Okay.
of times. Sometimes where we're sitting, we can't see some of his conducting, so it helps us to follow along.
Okay. Now, why should you graduated in 2001, right?
I did.
Yeah, from Niskayuna.
That's
Great
right.
school.
Mhm.
It's one of the top schools in the area now. Did you read that in the
I
paper?
did not know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that is a
it
great
was
school. It's a great
it was a nation actually. So, anyway, tell us why people should go see Beauty and the Beast. Everybody knows the story. Why should they go see it?
It's the tales.
Well,
of this.
I'm going to ask each one of you that. Okay.
I think it's just the moral is so wonderful. Is looking past the exterior and finding what's in someone's heart.
Yeah.
And Belle has to do that.
Yeah.
And I think that's great.
Yeah.
For kids to see.
Transcends all ages.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's an important thing.
Of course.
Yeah.
That it doesn't make any difference what your age.
It's for everybody.
You're going to enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many times people have gotten engaged at our show.
Yeah.
And that's very special.
Do you announce it or?
We give them a backstage tour and we let them, and then we come out and clap for them. I always love that. Love being a part of that.
Well, I mean, but think about it. Do you want to say that Beauty and the Beast? I mean, well, no, we won't go there.
But I'd like to
I'm
say
kidding.
that, I mean, my favorite part is the choreography because it's high energy, but also the costumes. They're beautiful. And
Well,
just
we were
so,
looking at some of that on the screen, and it's like, oh my God, those are incredible.
Oh yes, the Tony Award-winning Ann Hold Ward redesigned this whole entire show,
Oh,
and
really?
it's
Okay.
the costumes are gorgeous.
Yeah. And how about you? Why should anybody come see it?
Well, I think like Julia said, it's for everybody. Young, old. It's a lot of happiness in the show, and there's some sadness, and there's something for everybody.
Now, two of you are from Niskayuna, and you have a little bit of connection with Niskayuna, but we won't go there. But anyway, yes, they all have connections with Niskayuna in a way. So what did it feel like to come back? Because you're out there going to every city in the country, and now all of a sudden you're back home.
Right.
What's it feel like?
I saw all my shows here. Like when I fell in love with theater, I saw them at Proctors.
Yeah.
I saw Broadway shows, but I saw everything here.
Yeah.
Like countless times.
Aren't we lucky?
And
Aren't we
yeah,
lucky
it's
here?
unbelievable. And I used to work at SLOC a lot too.
Oh,
and
that's
so
fabulous.
it's really this is my dream was to do a national tour
Yeah.
for this reason.
Yeah.
Is that I saw shows here, I learned about theater here, and to do it in this theater. And it's a big deal.
Gotta
for
be
me.
a
It really
make
very
you
much
feel
is.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was actually in my hometown a couple weeks ago, and I mean it's.
What's your hometown?
San Jose, California.
Oh, okay, right,
Yes,
okay.
California girl. So, I mean, being home is one of the most exciting things because your whole family gets to see you and do what you love, and everyone you went to school with, and you're actually, doing this as a career, what you love to do. So it's amazing. But also, the busiest time is when you're back home because everyone wants to see you. They want a little piece. Yes.
Yeah, good, absolutely. How about you too?
Well, kind of like Michael, I used to come and see shows all the time here, and my father's actually a local musician, and he plays in the pits for a lot of the union tours that come.
Yeah, the musical union.
So I would always, be, proud of watching him play, and hoped one day that I could do the same thing, and luckily I am.
I guess so. Now, we want to just remind everybody, we're almost out of time, that it's going to be playing this week. Actually, if you're watching in Albany, you missed it, so I'm sorry. But if you're watching in Schenectady County this week, it is on from the 15th through the 20th. There's 3 matinees.
Yes,
Correct.
And one of the exciting things is before the Thursday matinee, they're going to have theater talk. So, did you know that? No, you found out now. Okay. They'll have theater talk, and then you get to talk to the people before the show. So that's good.
great.
I don't know how that works because you got to get in your costumes, don't you? Makeup. And
Yeah, but after this many shows, it's so easy.
Yeah.
it's so easy. Okay, great. Well, we're so thrilled to have brought to you today, thanks to Tom O'Connor for arranging this, Julia Louise Hosack, and then we have Michael Whitney, and we have Brett Gregory. I want to make sure I don't mix any of the names up. And of course, the wonderful connection is Niskayuna, which is fabulous. But you're going to want to bring your kids or bring your husband, bring your wife, whatever. Bring the family and see Beauty and the Beast. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you so much.
Such a pleasure to have you on today.
Thank you.
Good. We're going to take,